All right. So before we start, I want to get everybody to start thinking about why are you here? I think no matter what we're doing, even investing, we need to know what is the purpose, why we're here, and why am I here? Why am I here speaking? Let me just tell you a little bit about my background. I know you know about my professional background, but there is a history why I'm so passionate about real estate, why I'm so passionate about multifamily and cash flow, investing in cash flow, and also making sure of the financial independence through retirement. So I actually grew up in Hong Kong. I was born and grew up in Hong Kong, and I had a beautiful childhood, just like most of us. But until about 12 or 13 years old, that's when my family went bankrupt. All of a sudden, my parents went to different countries to look for jobs, so that split our family apart. So I pretty much had to raise myself since I was 13. And then 16 years old, I decided that I want to just go to where they are. They were working in Indonesia. I decided to go over there to help them out with their business. And when I was there in Indonesia, I was wondering, why am I not going to school? I'm stuck in a third world country, and I'm working almost 24 hours a day for my parents, and no longer have any good education. Is this going to be my life? Am I going to let my life, my fate to take me there, and not going to change it? Is there any way that I can change my life? So one day I just told my parents that, hey, I'm going to go to America, because everybody says that you've got to go for that American dream, right? That's how you can get your freedom. And they said, sure, but you know we don't have money, right? So I said, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. I'll figure it out. So long story short, I figured it out. Somehow I came to this country. I somehow graduated from UCLA, working up to 3 jobs at a time. And eventually I landed a job at a pension consulting firm, being an analyst. So that, I thought, definitely that was my ticket to financial freedom. I'm looking at people's pension consulting firm, pension portfolio. I was working for a pension consulting firm who was helping them to, make sure that when they retire, they get money, right? But in 2002, the internet bubble busted. What happened? The portfolio dropped 50 to 75% in value. And then think about it. What if you retire that year? What if that happens to you? What if you, all these years you're thinking that, oh, I'm set, right? So I was thinking, this is so out of my control. I cannot let someone else to control my financial future, especially when I'm about to retire. And that's why I started doing research, and I found that real estate investing can allow us so much more control over our financial future. Real estate investing allows us to analyze. We have different exit strategies. We can leverage, right? And then even the government give us the right outs. So why wouldn't we do real estate investing and then instead let someone else take control of our future? So that is why I'm here today. I studied a lot about real estate investing, and I truly believe that this is the way for most of you to reach your financial independence in the future. And for me, why I want financial independence is because I came here for that American dream. I came here because I told my parents that I'm going to get them out of that financial struggle. And last year, I was able to bring them into this country, and now they're living with me in my house. So I feel like this is I truly believe that real estate was the reason why that helped me to achieve that dream. So I hope that today you guys are going to think about it, because it's not just about money. It's about what that money can do for you, right? All right, so what I was thinking about how you can control your financial future. First, you got to increase your cash flow. When I was pregnant, I was thinking, what if I cannot work after having kids? After first child, do you know how much time it takes to take care of a child? I was like, by the time I had my second, I was like, oh my gosh, what if I cannot work anymore? So you definitely have to think about how to increase your cash flow and passive income. Then you need to think about how to increase your equity. And if I continue to pay rent every single year until I retire, what do I have by the time I retire? You have no equity. If I have real estate already, I can sell my real estate and I still have a chunk of money to live on, right? Number 3, you need to leverage. In anything, in any business, in anything, you need to leverage. And leverage financially, real estate allows you to do that. And you need to leverage people. Because real estate, you can have property managers, you can have other team members to help you build that real estate portfolio. Tax benefits, I mentioned earlier. write-offs, 1031 exchange. You can keep exchanging until you pass, and then when you pass it to your kids, what happened? Step up cost basis. All of a sudden they have no more capital gain. They sell right away after you pass. The government is allowing you to do that. Why don't you take advantage of it? Economies of scale. This is one of the reasons why I love apartments, is because of the economies of scale. We mentioned earlier that with Thomas, if you buy single family, one at a time, how many rooms do you have to take care of? But if you have an apartment building, you have one roof to take care of, you can easily find property managers to help you manage that property, compared to finding property managers to help you manage a single family residence. And then exit strategies, plenty of exit strategies. I'm right now helping a client who we can do seller financing, we came up with so many different strategies. You just cannot do that with stocks. It's just about selling, right? But in real estate, you can have many different exit strategies. And more importantly, if you can solve problems for the biggest necessities, for people, then you have control of your financial future. So apartment, obviously, multifamily is something that everybody needs. So no matter what the economy is going to go, people still need a roof above their head and to live in. Now, I have done a YouTube video on these 6 guidelines how to start in real estate investing. You need to first identify your objective. So if you want a little bit more detail, you can go to my YouTube channel, which is just search for HAYLEN Group. And the first is identify your objective. Are you looking to increase your cash flow, or are you building your equity, or are you just trying to flip, right? And then you need to look at what is your available cash options. So one of my properties, believe it or not, I found my cash in the trash can because I have all these credit card checks, they send it to you, and I just like getting ready to shred them, so we just keep it in the trash can. And then when I needed the cash, I went to my trash can, I pulled out one of those checks, and it says 2 points with 0% for 15 months. Isn't that better than hard money lending? I was like, wow, I just found free cash from my trash, literally. So you need to think about what kind of cash options you have. With that, then you can figure out your loan options. After you figure out the loan options, you also need to do market research. United States is huge. Even though we all talk about, oh, recession is coming, or this market is too overheated, there's a bubble, but there's so many markets in this country, or just in California alone, there's so many markets. Even in California, there's emerging markets. Do you know that? So some people may not even believe in it, but there are different markets in different segments of the area. So you have to do market research. Then you have to figure out what are your exit strategies, and then of course build your team. Your team, including property managers, contractors, your realtors. If you treat them good, they will treat you good. So it goes both ways. Make sure that they're loyal to you, and you need to be loyal to them. All right, so now, ready to do some polling before you fall asleep? Yeah. All right, take out your phone. And then, do you guys have this address already on your phone? Yeah. All right.
Some people said it's not working.
It's not working yet.
Oh.
Until I hit this. Do you guys see this now?
Yeah.
All right. If you guys can answer this question, what is your multifamily apartment investing experience level? Whoa. Oh, wow. See? See, if I have asked you guys, who has not invested yet, nobody's going to raise their hands. This is awesome. I love it. Wow. So we have 55% of the group never invested in apartments before, and then we have almost 30%, 1 to 4 units, almost 6%, 5 to 20, and then 11% over 20 units. Amazing.
What about a syndication?
Sorry, it wasn't part of my question. All right, next question. What? Oh, no, go back. Let's see. All right, hold on just a second. Here we go. What is your main investing objective today? We talked about earlier. Are you looking to build equity, just have more passive income, everybody? Or you want to buy and flip, or you're not sure at all? Wow, look, that's majority of people are just looking at passive income. One of the reasons why I asked you this question is because it identifies which market you're going to invest in. If you're looking at passive income, you probably don't want to invest in the Bay Area, right? If you're looking for to build equity, then in the Bay Area that will be a great place for you to build equity. Awesome. This is you have 2.6% of people not sure. Don't worry about it. At the end of the night, you'll be sure what you want to do. All right. So this is it for now for the polling. Oh, one more person want to build equity. This is great. Isn't this fun? You can see the numbers. All right. So we're going to come back to this later. Let me go back to the presentation here.